I'm going to West Virginia to learn about mountaintop removal.
We're on the ASB to South Dakota, and we're working with Native American youth.
My name's Eva Xio, and I'm a 14, and our trip is going to Immokalee, Florida. We'll be learning about migrant worker rights, human rights violations, especially in the our modern food industry. I wanted to go to Florida originally because I think when I was looking over the list, the idea that there's still people who are enslaved really caught my eye. It's just the idea that like most of the food that we eat, or like a lot of it, is provided by people who are like abused or marginalized.
I guess the short answer is I think nature is important. Right now I'm trying to double major in environmental science and biology. I feel like we do so much to the natural world that's just harmful without really thinking about the long-term effects and realizing how we're really just harming ourselves. So when I found out about this, it just really spoke to me, and I was like, I gotta find out more.
I actually am one of the trip leaders, so I went 2 years ago and had an amazing time. Just kind of working with the students and making a connection, particularly with the older kids, is something that I appreciated, and I've always been really comfortable with being a mentor. But I think being a mentor to maybe a community that you're not familiar with really intrigued me, and I had an amazing time.
Mountaintop removal is something that it's not really in the public eye, and it's just amazing to me that something of this scale and scope can just go almost unnoticed within the United States. What do I hope to get? Well, I hope to, I guess, better understand the issues and the complexity behind them. It's one thing to sort of sit safe and sound in a classroom and, learn about all these things and say, God, that's awful, without actually seeing it. So I guess that's what I hope to gain. Maybe not to completely understand it, but to sort of get a better grasp on it.
I want two things. I definitely want the participants to kind of feel a sense of community, and also to learn about, I think, a lot of the struggles that Native Americans go through, particularly Native American youth, because I think they go unheard a lot. And I think personally, I just want to kind of continue that mentoring idea.
Talking with someone who they've been working all day, it's very humbling, and you don't know what to say, especially when you're so privileged. And there's like a disconnect between like your reality and what theirs is. And what I hope to get is to become more comfortable and be able to reach out to people and like learn more about them. And I hope like giving as just like a leader, like helping our trippies like learn about it and like reflect. We reflect every night, so I hope that they get as much as I did like from last.
I'm not really going down there with the idea that we're gonna solve everything or fix everything. That wouldn't make sense. But I hope to give maybe some more awareness to the issue, because it's like a candle. You light one candle, you can light a bunch more with it. You tell one person about it who's like, oh crap, this is bad. That person can then go and tell more people.
Definitely, I just hope to like give my time and my support to the students, because I think for Native American students in particular, the home sometimes is a very unstable thing, and I think being able to just give your time and your attention to it like a student means a lot. But I think going on the trip, I learned a lot from my trip members who are also Native Americans, and so I learned a lot of cultural things, history and things of that nature. And then I think coming back, I was able to really contextualize that more. So it wasn't just like, oh, you're telling me these stories, now I see it, now I understand things. And they were really supportive going, and then coming back, like, I felt like I was an advocate for like Native American issues. And even now, like, I study Indigenous people in South America, but a lot of that came from my time in South Dakota. So
we still keep in touch, obviously, with past trippies. Even we had like this listserv going on, and we still like blitzed out like related articles and stuff, which I feel like maybe doesn't happen a lot with a lot of college kids. Like, oh, here, look, this is like this interesting article about like human rights, so.